Hey, what's the deal? This your boy Tag from Pro Wrestling Tag, you know what I mean? As of this recording, it is 6:03 p.m., December 9th, 2025. You know what I mean? This is the first and only video I'm going to be doing for the day. This video is going up at 11:30. 11:30. You know what I mean? And so, I want to talk about something that has been going on the internet since yesterday, right? And mostly on Twitter. And this is about LA Knight. Okay? This is truly about LA Drake, LA Drake. Eli Drake, aka LA Knight, right? And, I'll be honest with you. I don't know what WWE's plans are for LA Knight at this point. Could I say he's being buried by WWE? I don't know. You see, one out of two things to me is happening. One out of a couple of things is happening. Either this is leading up to something where he loses and WWE chants his name, LA Knight, LA Knight, LA Knight. Two, the carrying cross, this could be a carrying cross situation, right? Or three, he might have pissed off somebody. He might have pissed off one of the higher ups. Who knows? Nobody knows. I like LA Knight. I think LA Knight is fucking great. I think he's fucking fantastic. I think he has one of the best characters in WWE, period. You know what I mean? He's not boring at all. He's not a boring guy. He's over as fuck. You know what I'm saying? He's clearly over. He has that hybrid of Steve Austin and The Rock. You know what I mean? Like, that attitude. You know what I'm saying? Like you can sense it. You can clearly sense it. I don't know what's going on with LA Knight. I don't. I don't know what their mindset is with LA Knight. Now, I did see Evil, right? And again, this is Evil. You know what I mean? Formerly from Wrestle Purist. He has his own, like, he's no longer that credible guy like he once was, right? Where he flat out said that WWE just doesn't like LA Knight for whatever reason, right? Now, we don't know if that's the case. I honestly do not know if that's the case, but, I don't think it is because, they wouldn't be making him lose matches just like that. You know what I mean? So, again, we don't know. And I would love to see LA Knight as world champion, of course. Of course. Now, I don't know if this is going to lead to fans chanting LA Knight's name. You probably are not going to see LA Knight. And of course, you guys hear that. That's water, washing dishes and shit. You're probably not going to see LA Knight for the rest of the year. You know what I mean? You're definitely not going to see him until possibly back in January. Is WWE setting up LA Knight to win the Royal Rumble? I don't know. Because I don't know what WWE's plans are, period, going into the Royal Rumble. I don't. I really don't. I'm hearing that Braun Breaker could be the one to win the Royal Rumble, but how the fuck would that work if he wins the World Heavyweight Championship at the Barclays Center on January 5th? How would that work? How would that work? I'm curious. I'm very curious because, if Braun Breaker's world champion, right? It doesn't make sense for him to go after two titles. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't. Because then you have to unify both championships, and I don't see that happening. But back to LA Knight. Is WWE setting up LA Knight to win the Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia? I don't know. I don't know. And I also read another report, stating that WWE apparently has big plans for LA Knight going into 2026. I hope that's the case because what we've been seeing right now has not been fun, for LA Knight. It's not been fun. It's not been fun, and I want to see LA Knight succeed. I think LA Knight is fucking great. But the losing and everything, I don't know. Honestly, God, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with LA Knight and WWE's booking at LA Knight. I don't. I honestly don't know. This got to lead to something. If he's still losing and losing constantly. This has been like this since Friday. But we knew he was going to lose in the John Cena last time is now turn. We've been through that. The plan was always him and Gunther. Always. It's always him and Gunther. But, I don't know. And the crazy thing, too, is, I don't know if y'all noticed, but last night when he got beat up by the Vision, nobody came and saved him. Nobody. Now, this is not a Ricochet situation. This is not. And here's the other thing, too. God forbid if LA Knight was released by WWE, right? I definitely don't see him going to AEW because AEW would not know how to use LA Knight, aka Eli Drake. They wouldn't. I mean, there'd be a bunch of dummies. You know what I mean? There'd be a bunch of that. But again, you gotta ask yourself, what is WWE doing? With the direction of LA Knight? Because I don't know. I honestly, honest to God, I do not know. I don't. Honestly, I don't. I don't know. But he could potentially win the Royal Rumble in 2026. You know what I mean? And then that way, this is what I think WWE's plans might be for LA Knight. All right? And I'm not a booker. I don't work in creative, but this is what I think they're trying to do. I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to make him lose matches on purpose so that he can get sympathy from the crowd, right? And that sympathy, that sympathy grows to, we want LA Knight, right? Not like carrying a cross, but because I don't think WWE really had any, the whole thing with carrying a cross, I don't know. That's something. But I think with LA Knight, I think WWE, it probably in their mindset is, okay, well, let's make them lose matches, right? And let's have the fans chant LA Knight. Let's get like an LA Knight campaign going on, right? And then from there, bam, we can make him go and win the Royal Rumble, right? And then bam, he'll get his popularity, and then he wins the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, right? Because let's keep it a stack, okay? Let's keep it a stack. Whoever wins on January the 5th between Punk and Braun, right? Whoever wins the Royal Rumble, because I think WWE already had their plan set for Cody Rhodes. You know what I mean? But I think whoever comes out of that match on January 5th between Punk and Breakker, is basically probably going to win the Royal Rumble, right? So that means if Braun Breakker wins the World Heavyweight Championship, right? Man, you know what? I just thought about something, right? If it's not going to be LA Knight who wins the Royal Rumble, whoever loses on January 5th is going to be in the World Heavyweight Championship match is going to be your winner of the Royal Rumble. That's just my opinion. But who knows? Maybe they're setting up LA Knight to win the Royal Rumble. I don't know. It's got to lead to something. It has to. Otherwise, what the fuck is the point of that? Because if he doesn't win the Royal Rumble, then there's something really going on behind the scenes with LA Knight and WWE. And again, it has to be from the high ups. That's just me, though. That's just me. Anyway, guys, I'm about to be out. You know what I mean? There should be some news tomorrow. So I'm going to holler at y'all. Peace.